Yo, what's up, everybody? Wyatt Hurts here, back with a little more Homefront action, a little more featured Fridays, a little more community spotlight around here from the OnLive game service. Now, looking at who's shining in the spotlight this week, it is a troll. He goes by the name of Troll. Okay. So, welcome to the spotlight, sir. Glad to have you here. You know, you saved the spotlight this week, coming in late. I was slacking a little bit on getting my spotlight footage for the week, and Troll came in here, saved the day, late in the week, and put together a solid round. So a great start to this. We're looking at Borderlands and straight TDM, no Battle Commander in here, and a great C4 to start things off. I loved that toss. It went over the high part of the wall to get a double, and then he charges straight in here with his silenced Diablo, with his silenced SMG, and puts down 4 more before he finally gets overwhelmed by a second wave coming in behind him. So a great assault, a great charge on that building to start things off. Puts down 6 guys before he gets taken out, and he does come in the LAV. He had enough for the scout, and honestly, if you've played with Troll, you will know that he likes to fly. He's like myself, like Ash, like Buffalo. He's a threat up there, and unfortunately, being that he's in TDM 2, he has the same issues that I have here. The heli controls have a tendency to jam up on you, and I left him a message. I said, you know what, man, maybe just do some driving for the spotlight, do some air striking, whatever the case may be. Do something else to spend your BP on. That way, you're not just getting in there, wasting your BP on a scout just to have the controls jam up on you, and we'll see you crash, you know. So he comes in the LAV. He certainly did a little bit of damage early on there. Took 3 guys out in the courtyard. Unfortunately, posting up on that road, being a wise decision, seeing as they were spawning over there in that distant parking lot. It was a smart move. Unfortunately, he got that EMP airburst that really did seal his fate at that point. And if it didn't, certainly the multiple RPGs coming from 2 different locations did. You know, so he just a little bit of bad luck. It was a smart play. It was a good play. But he did get put down. And it would have been nice to have seen Troll at his finest up here in the skies, but we're not going to see it in this spotlight. Now that I loved. I loved seeing that. Putting down 2 big players, One Way to Heaven and Yuchi Mada Master, getting one in the back with the blade, and then tossing that C4 out the window up to the rooftop. Beautiful play for the kill on Yuchi. I loved seeing that. Now coming back to life here, he does swap out kits, get something that has the Hellfires in there, looking to do some damage on this rooftop. Unfortunately, kind of a botched Hellfire. The first one just slamming it into the wrong side of the of the air conditioning unit that's up there, and then some pistol rounds into the sky. I don't know if they were angry pistol rounds or if he was just trying to draw attention to himself, so he didn't have to go too far to go and hunt anybody down, you know. But basically, kind of a botched Hellfire. He does have to waste both Hellfires on one single target. That's never a good thing. You never like seeing that. Now, I loved seeing this showcased in one of the spotlight rounds. A lot of guys aren't aware that you can hop up those filing cabinets there, and it creates this new assault point for the rooftop when guys are up there on that roof strong and protecting that bottleneck stairway. You know, with C4s or when there's multiple guns pointing at those stairs, those filing cabinets, that entry point up onto the rooftop is certainly a viable option. I'm glad I got it showcased here in one of the spotlight rounds. Now right here, straight back in with the Hellfires, looking to deal with the armor. You know, he did put One Way to Heaven's LAV down. Unfortunately, it looked like he was a little premature on that second Hellfire, almost as if he was expecting to have to dish 2 of them at that initial LAV. He was all zoomed in there, so I'm not sure exactly what he was thinking, but I think he did pop it off a little bit early and then had to, you know, scramble to try and get some damage with the second one. Unfortunately, again, kind of a semi-botched Hellfire. However, scrapping the LAV was certainly a needed move, and Troll didn't disappoint in that regard, and he is hunting the second one down. Andre's here. Andre completely oblivious to Troll's presence. He's forced, however, to grab not one ammo resupply, because he did dish those 2 C4s off back on the road where the chase began, and it pulls in the second one, wisely grabs a second ammo resupply, stacks 4 of them on there, and amazingly, Andre still kicking after all that. It was a great play. He was in Andre's blind spot. He managed to get all the explosives on there that he could, and he still couldn't take it out. God damn, some bad luck there. He played it beautifully, and he gets put down because he was stuck in no man's land. He only had 100 BP left. He couldn't resupply again. again, but it prompts him to come in here, swap kits one more time, comes in here with the M4 this time, which has an EMP grenade launcher attached to it, so he's looking to make sure that that's not going to happen again, that he's going to be able to get away into some cover if need be. Right here, does get enough BP for the RPG, so he has that with that kill there on Ratchet B, and continues to push forward. So if he needs the RPG, it's available to him now. You can see a couple enemy birds are circling the skies and being piloted by a couple of big players, the Great Domsky and a Heart Attack. So guys, not to be taken lightly out there on the battlefield. A little exchange with Domsky. He does get the better of Troll, but Troll did EMP airburst him, and I think it's enough to actually scrap Domsky. Yeah, because he starts taking some fire. You see him up there in the top left corner. He has been put down. Now Heart Attack is still circling the skies, but he's across the map. He's at the other end right now, probably hiding, probably looking for some cover, because when we do see him next, he's pretty, he is flaming. He's ablaze, and just probably just barely hanging on to life at that point. Match winding down here. Like I said, a loss in the column. Unfortunately, Troll, a great performance, but his team is slacking a little bit here, and he was going up against a handful of solid players, so it was close. It was close, but not close enough, So there he is, putting some fire up on Heart Attack, just some random fire, not enough to do any damage with the M4 at that range. Doesn't matter how weak that vehicle was. I don't think there was any chance of him putting him down, so it was just for show. Now this is a great charge at the end on top of White Castle. He did try and lunge that first C4 up from the ground level as he jumped over the retaining wall from the road into the White Castle, alleyway, and then followed, just kept pushing the charge right up there with some crazy hip fires. He came to the top of the ladder, followed it up with a beautiful C4, got a triple out of it, and then stuck that fourth guy in the back just as the round ended. So it was close, but again, just not close enough. He did what he could to try and bring in victory for the team. It was certainly an entertaining round, and a 23-6 for Troll when it was all said and done. A bit of a roller coaster ride at times, a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of, a couple botched hellfires, but when he was in the LAV, there was that overwhelming moment when he got EMP'd, and then he was starting a great run there with the LAV. At least I thought he was going to. Unfortunately, got put down, and then, of course, with that Andre LAV, with those 4 C4s on it, that was bad luck. That was some serious bad luck. But a great performance by Troll. Let's take a look at some other names and numbers here. This guy right below Troll, really the only guy worth mentioning on the team, 10-7. But the rest of them, really needed to pick up the slack, and they just didn't. Let's go over to the other side. We're looking at One Way to Heaven, leading his team to victory this time. Can't see the numbers, but I would imagine it's something similar to Troll's. A Heart Attack in there with a 15-3. Great performance. The Great Domsky, 10-7, and of course Yuchi Master rounding out that top 4 with a 10-2. Great KDR. Like seeing that from Yuchi. So let's move on to the kit, the SIG kit that he's going to recommend to all you guys. It is called Small But Lethal. That's right, gentlemen. It's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. And certainly Troll did use it beautifully at the start of the game. And even throughout, he did swap out kits a couple times, though that's why I just said basically at the start of the game. So we're looking at the Diablo SMG with a silencer on there, ammo resupplies and hellfires in his purchase slots, the steady aim, ghost, tac reload, and situational awareness in his infantry abilities. Pretty similar to the Hellfire and Brimstone kit that I have. Not quite. Where I focus more on hip fire than with the straight from the hip in there. But I think this is a pretty solid kit, with the steady aim, with those infantry abilities, that loadout. I think if you try this out, you'll have some success with it. So give it a shot. Moving on here. Now, I did want to actually roll this clip of the those quad C4s that he threw down on that LAV. My God, I mean, I've said in the past, I figure with 4 C4s, you should be able to take out an LAV. And we're going to roll this clip, and this is all guesswork, so don't take me at my word here. Maybe you guys will try this out and maybe leave a message in here on the video and confirm it one way or the other. We're looking at these 4, now let's roll it. We're looking at the 4 C4s go down here. And if you notice, he scatters them across the LAV, across the body. One ends up on the back, one on that one plate of armor, one up there on the cannon. And they weren't concentrated. All of them weren't concentrated in one area. I think that's the problem. I think 4 C4s would have been able to take the thing out had he put them all on that back hatch, right? I think it would have been success. I could be wrong, of course, so again, don't take me at my word here. I probably should have tested this out, but I'll leave it to one of you guys to do it. Maybe check it out. So, because if you notice as the explosion rings off, here we go, boom, you can see all the armor plating around it has been blown off, right, in different locations. So I'm thinking if he had concentrated it all on that back hatch, boom, that thing would have been toast. So I wanted to run that. I wanted to go back to that because I really did enjoy that chase that he gave Andre, and Andre was none the wiser that it was going on, and it was just a little, I mean, it was beautifully played. He used the last of his BP to get that the 4 C4s in there. He planted them on that LAV. It should have gone up in flames, but of course it didn't. It must have just been hanging on by a thread, you know. So anyway, let's move on from that. At this point, I want to thank Troll for getting in here, saving the spotlight this week. It was Wednesday when I finally got the spotlight round footage, you know, and so things were slacking a little bit on my end. I had just left him a message. I was looking for somebody. I left him a message. I said, Troll, you want to get in here and do a spotlight round? And he was like, I'll do it, Wyatt. I'll do it, sir. I'll save the spotlight this week. Well, he didn't say that, but he certainly did. So I thank Troll for getting in here. Thank Troll for getting involved. And all you guys, show a little love to Troll. I'm sure most of you that are watching this have at least played a few rounds with him over there. You know he's a threat. You know he's got plenty of skill. And certainly does perform well in those battles, so show him a little love. This was a good performance, an entertaining round for you guys to watch, so leave a like, leave a comment, say what's up to Troll. You can check out his, what did he call this? He called this his failed YouTube account, called Havoc Jar Jar, so that's the name. Yeah, that'll be in the description. Go over to his channel and check him out. He doesn't have much over there, a couple videos, but you will see what he looks like and everything, and he's in the videos, so go on over there, show him a little love on his channel, show him a little love in the comments, and as always, leave a like on the video, you know. So moving on here, I guess all that's left is the danger rating. Now, I've been thinking to myself, I need to start trying to personalize these a little bit, so I asked him kind of what his interests are, just in a general sense, and as far as movies go, I hear he's a bit of a Stallone fan by the sounds of things, so, you know what, let's just get right to it. A Troll, John Rambo Dangerous. There it is, up on the screen right there and then. And I hope you like that, man. Certainly, it's a bloody deserving, it's a bloody fitting danger rating, because you know what? He is skilled. He goes in there and he rips shit up. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him at his finest. As I said, you know, unable to go take flight like I'm sure he wanted to. Unfortunately, I think TDM1 was down, and he was forced into TDM2. So, a Troll, John Rambo Dangerous, there it is. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I hope you did. And as always, it's much appreciated when you come over here and check my shit out, you know, check out my vids. And certainly much appreciated when you guys support the community by piling in on these ones as well, on these spotlight rounds. So guys, I really should wrap it. So until next time, remember, why it hurts. Later all.